Hi, today I propose you a swatch party of Sisley single eyeshadows. To me, these are the traditional baked gelée formula, maybe a bit softer than some baked gelée. Sometimes those baked gelée pans are quite hard. So yeah, maybe it's true that they describe them as half powder, half cream, but they are more towards a baked gelée formula rather than a cream to powder, like for example a Natasha Denona cream to powder texture. On the Sisley website, they said they have 5 finishes: matte, silky, metallic, glow, and sparkling to illuminate the eyes and create a 3D effect unique to Sisley. I don't think that they are so unique. I think that many other luxury brands have their baked gelée formula. That is actually my favorite formula on the market. I've been buying Sisley since a long time. I think the first time I bought something from the brand was 10 years ago. And at that time, they had an older range of single eyeshadows and only 3 baked gelée that are now reproposed in the glow finish. So the glow ones that are number 40 glow pearl, 41 glow gold, and 42 glow silver were in the range since a long time, even 10 years ago. But afterwards, they have expanded the range with new colors and new finishes. They have proposed this range of baked gelée eyeshadows maybe 3-4 years ago that they released these. The glow finish was the one I was the least interested in, just because I know already this glow finish and also the colors. I mean, the gold, the silver, and the champagne color were not my favorite. However, I have swatched one, is the number 40, and I think it's nice, but average in the sense that you can find dupes in every brand. I don't think that number 40 has uniqueness to justify this amount of money for the eyeshadow. So let's proceed in order and start from my favorites. My favorites are the ones towards my wrist, number 15, 14, and 24. So number 15 is Metallic Khaki, is a metallic finish. It's an olive green. I would say it's sparkly. To be honest, by swatching in person these, I do not recognize a huge difference between the metallic finish and the sparkling finish. Then there's number 24, Silky Steel. This should be in the silky formula, but to be honest, I don't find it, by swatching it, I don't find it different from the metallic one, while it's not the case for the other silky shades. And I find it quite close to the tones that you can find in the new Byredo Mineralscapes palette. So a trendy shade, maybe a bit tricky to pull off. My third favorite is number 14, and it's a cult favorite, is one of the best sellers, and is Sparkling Topaz. A warm brown, I would say, with sparkles that may be a bit chunkier compared to the previous two, not totally different compared to the previous two, 15 and 24. Then we have number 15, that is another great shade, and that is a matte. It's called Matte Taupe, and that is another candidate to be one of my favorites, although it's a matte finish. I don't know if I would spend that amount of money on a matte taupe, especially now that I found a great taupe on the mauvish side like this in the Givenchy palette 9.12. I may have purchased it in the past, but right now I don't feel the urgency to buy it. So all in all, out of these first 4, I think that my favorites are number 15 and number 14. But the one that I would purchase is only number 14, because 15, I feel it can be a bit too cool toned and maybe emphasize my dark circles. I don't think I could pull it off. So maybe only number 14 is a safe choice. And it's a bestseller, so it may be very flattering on a variety of skin tones. Then I swatched 2 nude colors, nude for me. And one is actually a matte and is called Matte Nude, is a nude beige. That is quite nice. It's a basic one, but the better version of the peachy nude shade that is in the Givenchy palette, but as you may know from my video about it, that shade had glitters in it, so I wasn't satisfied about it, and also it translated on my skin quite whitish, while this seems to be the perfect nude color to even out my skin tone, and therefore maybe this one may have a priority before the other shades. This one is something I could invest my money on, since it's anyway a color, basic color that I could use every day. So I was surprised by this number 11. Number 12 is the silky finish. We have seen a silky one, number 24, before, but that one was an unusual one since it had sparkles, while this is a proper silky one. Number 12 is called Silky Rose and is a light pink color, very delicate with fine sparkle. I found this shade very elegant. It's shiny but in a subtle way, so I think it's very classy of an eyeshadow. So since I was surprised by number 12, I started swatching more silky shades. Number 23, the next one is called Silky French Blue. And French Blue is also known as ultramarine blue. This is a darker version, more blackened version of an ultramarine blue. It's a very elegant shade as well. I can see it used as a liner, but I wouldn't spend that much on a liner shade, but it's very pretty. By the way, I have a Sisley eyeshadow quad on my Vinted that has a blue color story. You can check my link down below, but it's on my Vinted since I don't use a lot this type of color. But I agree it would make a pretty French look, and it's an elegant shade of blue. Next is number 30, another silky shade. Silky Sky is a sky blue shade. You can see that pearly quality, very fine, subtle shimmer. Again, very sophisticated. A bit too light for my preference, so it wouldn't be my preferred choice, but I love this silky texture, especially in the last three shades we've just discussed about. That is number 12, 23, and this one, number 30. Next is number 20, is another silky shade, is a Silky Chestnut. The chestnut brown, more on the pink side, again with this subtle shine. So the outlier in this silky range of finishes is the number 24, that Silky Steel, because that one has definitely more sparkles. The last three shades are number 34. I was curious about the purple shade. Number 34 is a Sparkling Purple. Is more of an eggplant shade. I don't find it so sparkly. It would look great with blue eyes. It's a nice shade. I may find a Kiko dupe that I can justify more, since it's a color that I do not use frequently. And finally, number 32, Silky Coral. This was one of the most pigmented ones, the darker version of number 12, that was Silky Rose. So this Silky Coral is the warmer, darker version. And finally, the number 40, that has a glow finish, the glow pearl, so a champagne color. So all in all, I like this, but I didn't fall in love with any of these. My favorites are the first 5, let's say, but maybe the ones I would buy is number 11 and number 14. I'm attracted by number 20, but it may be too warm for my preference. And number 15, it's another great shade too, but it may be too close to the Givenchy one. I hope this watch party was useful. Let me know if you have any of these shades, what are your favorite Sisley singles, and see you in my next video. Bye bye!